Elio guys, and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about day 2 of my journey over here on Eroica, basically following my definitive beginner's guide. So if you guys haven't checked that out, the link to it is in the comments below. It of course is accessible via the Discord and on the subreddit as well, but I've just been following it word for word here just to make sure that it works, and I'm putting out relevant information here, and I figured I would update you guys on how far I've gotten. Now I will say that I did end up taking a break from the game, obviously because life has gotten in the way, but you could probably reach the point where I'm at literally in a day if you're lucky here. But let me go over here to adventure just to show you guys that, you know, with minimum investment, I have already made it to chapter 3, and all of my objectives for the past chapters are maxed out. If I can actually click the right button here. So going over here to world map, we'll see that for Woodmen, which is chapter 2, 5 stars. For Hearts, chapter 1, 5 stars. The tutorial doesn't really count, it's super duper accessible here, but I've gotten everything so far. So I've gotten my lost cores to kind of boost up the daily experience in gold dungeons. All of the dimensional dungeons also have been unlocked, which I'll show you guys here. And with the conclusion of chapter 2, you will also unlock the crucible, and the arena and stuff of that nature should already be unlocked as well. So if we go over here to compete, PvP rank is dirt nasty low because I haven't done it yet, but the crucible just unlocked too, which is more so of like a world boss type scenario where you end up facing different elements of monsters to basically to see how far your team composition can get you in terms of damage, to also put you as high as possible on the leaderboards, to thus give you the best rewards. And it's something that every player should be doing, even if you just began the game and like you're just getting into it now. Your damage may suck, but over time, you know, obtaining this lovely bit of gold, you have enhancement stones and these lovely points too, which can be used to get hero shards, will definitely add up. So don't be scoffing at this, even though you may suck at it at this point in time. And it's lovely that we do have the practice button here to kind of test out different team compositions. But let's go back over here. So over here at the challenge tab as well, I end up getting the last lost core at the end of chapter 2, which I haven't used it yet, but I've already done my dailies for this day, so obviously it won't take into effect yet. But what I'm going to do over here is go right here. We're going to go ahead and unlock the third region for the gold dungeon, because gold is very important. As I've indicated before, you're always going to need gold. Levels do max out at some point in time, but gold will never max out unless like you literally just don't play the game at all. But with that unlocked, we are ready to go, and hopefully by tomorrow we can hit that next mark of farming out this dungeon comfortably. And we're almost there. We're halfway through the gold dungeon. The experience dungeon could obviously use a boost too, but once again, I want to prioritize gold. And then with the dimensional rift, and with clearing out chapter 2, we also unlock the level 2 versions of all of the rifts here. So we do have a lovely opportunity of obtaining some tier 3 gear. And this goes for all of your gear, which is super nice, and it's going to be super necessary for your team if you've been following the guide, because you'll see I haven't really invested into this at all, and that's for good reason. I'm just trying to get you guys through the door and get you guys where you need to go at. So a big focus at this point in time is going to be to go ahead and put effort into kind of building up your units with this tier 3 gear, because even though tier 5 exists, we're not at tier 5 level. We don't have access to tier 5 gear, and in most cases you guys will see with my current setup here, I'm rocking like the world's like crappiest gear, but I've made it through this far. I just wanted to get you guys through the gate as fast as possible before we go on and continue here. And even with my crappy gear, which you guys will see here in a moment, I'm still hitting level 4 almost of the ruins in some scenarios. I can clear out level 3 comfortably, but there is a little team power gap at level 4 because my gear is one of the biggest things holding me back, but that only comes with time. In terms of gear, it's going to be super easy to fix that, at least of getting tier 3 gear. Now I'm not saying optimal tier 3 gear, but at least some type of tier 3 gear. Following in with that too, I haven't really touched the Nia dungeon yet because I want to work on the gear. And the Azov tower, as I've indicated in my beginner's guide, you need to make sure that you're doing this tower because every 3 floors over here gives us lovely pull tickets, which by the way, I haven't pulled on this account at all. I guess I'm running a science experiment just to see how far I can get without like investing into pulls. So if you haven't pulled anything and you've been following my definitive beginner's guide, then feel free to pull. I'm just not pulling because, well, I'm not pulling. I don't have any explanation for that. But let me show you guys the crew here before I end things for us. So once again, I'm rocking the main 4 here. Melina came from the story, I believe. So did Florence and Chloe, which Chloe literally just came like a moment before I started recording the video. So if you want to maybe start focusing more so on the PvP aspect of Eroica as you're going through PvE as well, definitely start boosting up baby girl Florence, because she has lovely skills that cater more towards PvP than PvE, at least in my opinion here. Luna, I don't like Luna. Don't hate me for it, I just don't like Luna. But this is the main squad. We have Orslaha, there's Sei, there's Xenia, and also Marion. In terms of Sei as well, I literally just got more shards for him, so I'm just going to go ahead and ascend him to the next level, and that's one less thing we need to worry about because his damage has just went up, and he can now go up to level 50 here, and we've also unlocked 2 more Ascension passive slots. So since the video is still playing here, I'm just going to go ahead and dump right into it. Personally, I'm going to go with HP for him at this point in time. We can always reset it in the future too, so it's not that big of a deal. And then there's debuff dodge, and then damage reduction by 6%. I'm going to go ahead and do the damage reduction by 6%. So this is my say. Once again, don't be like looking at his gear. It's not the best. Hardly anything is enhanced at all. I've literally only been pushing like damage and just attack speed. That's literally been it for this dude. And yeah, he can definitely use a lovely set of tier 3 gear once I get some stuff farmed out. Still no pre-core on him, but with day 3 of the game, that's where I'm going to focus more so on the gear and the pre-cores to get our characters nice and spicy as we continue to progress through the game here. Orslaha is in the same boat where she's actually rocking tier 1 gear that I invested some attack and some attack speed in. So yeah, I mean, that's literally it. There's what, +8 for this epic helm, but that's the only piece of tier 2 gear that she's gotten. And chapters 1 and 2 is no problem at all, but I do know from memory by the end of chapter 4 things do get a little bit serious here, and her skills are sitting at level 3, and level 2. Xenia has her skills at level 3, level 2, and level 3, and same thing in terms of the investment. I gave her some attack speed with some excess gear that I had laying around from the tier 1 gear, and same thing for her attack. I just wanted more damage up there. Nothing else has been invested in, and she has been doing her job. And then once again, same thing with Marion here. However, I kind of invested more so into HP because I do believe part of her healing, especially for her basic skill, is based off her max HP. So the more max HP that she has, the more that she's going to heal. And this is where she's sitting at too. She could definitely use some tier 3 gear just to help boost up her healing and hopefully give us a little bit more damage to the team. But obviously we need to keep our healer alive if she's going to be healing the squad up. And her skills are sitting at level 4, level 2, and level 3. Runes haven't really made that much progress since before because we're not getting as many free ones because, well, obviously we're only 2 days into the game here. But yeah, this is the squad right here. Once again, I'm going to focus more so on getting my pre-cores up and my equipment before we head on past chapter 3 just to make things go as smoothly as possible. But yeah, you guys, that pretty much wraps up day 2 of how far I've gotten into the game with little to no investment at all in my characters here. So I'm going to go ahead and start farming out some gear and help get the squad boosted up so we can prepare for chapter 3. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one, and if you found this video informative or helpful by any degree, then feel free to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.